Yep. So here we have a standard 3-section electric control, and you'll notice that this one has no high pressure filter and no flow meter. Essentially it's the same componentry, and of course we only got the 3-section option here, which is the standard for electric control. Calibrated returns gauge, calibrated return bypass, same check valve, and on this one here you can see the arrow pointing down on the check valve. That's an absolute must. And there's your pressure supply, and you can actually see there's an arrow in the moulding of the body of the master valve here, just for anyone wondering. And manual pressure regulator, electric pressure regulator, section valves. Here we have a simple manual valve system, manual control. This one here actually is spec'd with an extra tap for the hose reel. Without the hose reel it would be just a 3-section. And here, so the flow comes from your pump up to the valve manifold, and it goes past this pressure regulator, and any regulated, any bypass flow, should I say, is dropped back to our agitator, MixMax, and back to tank via either the bypass or agitator. So the flow, any flow that's not bypassed, continues on to the valve sections, and they literally are just a on or off valve. And we have the same pressure gauge at the end here. Nice simple unit, and no master valve, just use your PTO on off to stop and start the spraying, unless you can reach the handles. This sprayer has been optioned with the hose reel, and as we're saying, it's powered by the 4th valve here, 3 for the boom sections, and the last one here for the hose reel. So when you're hose reeling, it takes very little flow. You're only using a single nozzle. So with the tap on, spin your PTO at around 350 to 400 maximum. That's most you'd ever need. And then just regulate your pressure on your gauge to suit the power you want at the gun. Out the back here we have this arm system here where you can pop a pin out like so. A little bit stiff because it's new, like so, and you can swing the hose reel out 90 degrees for reeling down a hill or whatever. It just makes it easier, especially for when you're rewinding the hose. You can have it more in the direction of where you've been working, so that's a nice addition there. Pop that back. And there's your latch for releasing the reel, for winding it out, and of course it has a split pin in here to lock it open, so you can reel it off down a hill. Latch that again, like so. And the gun itself, this one's tied unfortunately, but it has this air trumpet here, which does have an effect on the fan, especially if you're using it, or mainly if you're using it as a cone shaped spray output rather than a jet. This lever here is where you adjust it from jet to full cone, and it makes a huge difference. It's amazing. In a straight line at maximum pressure, you can get around 9 meters from where you're standing with no wind, of course, with the gun held at about 1 metre, so it's a good test. Metre up, 9 metre range. When spraying, we suggest you start at 10 bar, and if you're needing more range or more pressure, you can go up to 15 bar, and in extreme cases take it up to maximum pressure if necessary. But 10 bar actually does generate a good spray, a good range.